Hello and welcome to InStitches. Today I'm doing a special video, exclusive, for my patrons, just to say thank you very much for your support. I will be releasing the video to you now, and then I wait a few months and release the video to the public. So again, thank you very much for your support. I've got a few machines I've been donated, and I thought it'd be quite nice to go through them just here today, just quickly show you what I've got there. They're basically waiting in the wings for future videos. But this particular machine here, little Elna Supermatic Star Series, lovely little machine. Customer brought it in. There was no power, and I thought, well, I'll grab because I thought maybe the foot controller was faulty. So I grabbed a good known foot controller, plugged it in, turned on the power, and there was this massive bang and a spark flash from this end of the machine here. Almost like it had shot flames out. So yeah, I suspect it might be capacitors potentially on this one. Not 100% sure. There could be other issues. But I thought that I'll do a video on this one, keep an eye out for that, where I'll just take this panel here off, inspect, see how easy it is to access those capacitors. I've got a funny feeling the motor's got to come out, but we'll assess that at the time. Alice has come to say hello. You say hello, Alice. Here, look. What's this? Say hello. Alice has just been fixed. She's got a bit of a shaved patch there, little scar. She's about 5 months old. Well, we've had her for 5 months, and she was very young when we got her, and she came on heat in the weekend, so we had to quickly get her fixed up because we don't want her having babies, do we, eh? Although I'm sure they'd be cute. This next machine here is from a good friend of mine, Trudy. Hi Trudy, if you're watching. This is your mother-in-law's old machine, and Trudy, she kindly donated it to me to basically just clean up and see if it's all, apparently it's all working, but it's been sitting for some time and it might have been in a damp area. Lovely little 411G. Yeah, you can see there where the damp has got to the machine. This piece here is a little bit damaged. The paint's come off there. There's some oxidization under there. I can see the machine's been well loved. You know, it's been well used. But apparently it still runs. So we'll do a little assessment of that one just to see what it requires. I won't go into, full restoration mode with them. I hardly ever do, but really just get them to the point where they are working and usable, and service them, things like that, check them out. So that's a little project there. Another good friend, Hazel, donated this. Hello Hazel, if you're watching. Rightio, let's see what we've got here. Nice 306. Yeah, 306K. Nice two-tone brown machine. Yeah, very nice. The thing I would check first of all with these here is electrical, and in fact I can see a problem straight away where there's a piece of this plug here has cracked off here, so that's exposing a copper terminal down there that'll be potentially at live. I can see bare wires down here. Yeah, so extremely unsafe to plug in this one. But I'm sure I've got other foot controllers that we could use on this machine just to sort of get it up and running, assess it, things like that. I've probably got spare parts here that I could repair this plug here and maybe rewire this here. This is the original brown flex cable, and yeah, it's pretty hard to find brown cable these days. So effectively what I might do, depending, you know, how deteriorated the cabling is potentially get this shortened here, remove this bad section here. This section here is also not looking too good either. So yeah, that'll be the first thing I'll do with this machine, get that sorted. It's feeling like it's locked up as well, so it's definitely seized. Something's jammed anyway. Bobbin cases there, that's handy. I've got a few of these actually. I'll be looking at going through, assessing them all. I'll probably keep the best one and maybe look at passing on the others to a good home. Yeah. You can also see a cracked piece here on the plug, on the socket side of it here. Yeah, so that's not so bad because once the plug's in there, all this terminal here is covered, you know. But this one here is definitely dangerous. So yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Hazel. I've got another one of yours too, which will be the next one. Another little beauty here from Hazel. Thank you again, Hazel. Oh yeah, Red Eye. Needs some parts. Not sure if I will be able to get this one back up and running as incomplete. Yeah, a little bit of surface rust there. I think that can be sorted out. The machine turns over nice and freely. Missing the hand wheel. There are some parts lying loose here. Bobbin winder parts by the look of that. But yeah, not a bad machine. You know, the decals are in reasonable condition. You know, they're not perfect, but they're not completely worn off either. So yeah, that could be quite a nice little restoration project. Yeah, if I can find some other bits to make a good one out of it. Yeah, some bits floating around in here. A couple of screws. Yeah. So that's something to have a wee play with at some stage. As I say, keep an eye out for videos on these machines. I'll probably need to, you know, figure where I'm going to find a parts donor for this one. And it needs to, I'd like it to be reasonably periods appropriate, you know, any parts that I put on. I can see that the tensioner there has been put back together incorrectly, so that needs sorting. But yeah, quite a nice little project there. Let's see what the date is on that one. 1910. Model 66, 50,000 of them made. Thanks again, Hazel. Right, next one. Oh, gee, don't have to go to the gym today. Whew. This one here is a donation from a customer. Now, they didn't want to go ahead with the expense of the repair. They have other machines, so they kindly donated this one to me to see if I can, you know, fix it up, use it for parts, whatever. The problem with this one is the motor mount's broken. I'll show you. That there snapped off. Apparently, one of the grandkids, I don't know, sat on it or did something. That's the official line anyway. But yeah, you can see the broken mount there. I don't think that'll be too hard to either repair or fabricate something. That looks like cast aluminium, so it could be difficult to weld, or aluminum for you North American people. So yeah, difficult to weld, especially two thin pieces like that, or even just fabricate something else out of a mild steel, maybe bend it up, drill the holes in the appropriate places. But yeah, that's the problem with that one. It's just been snapped off. Oh, gee, they're a heavy beast. I've got a few of these now, so potentially I could make a good one out of this here with parts from another machine, depending on the condition of them. I don't really need to go through and assess them, so potentially I could do a video on assessing the 3 machines, choosing the best one, making a nice one out of all 3, trying to keep them as original as possible with original parts. But yeah, you can see the foot controller is not original. That's been wired in there. So that will be a nice little project. This is something I don't think I have for either of mine, is the knee lifter. So that, I'll put it in upside down because I don't have it close to the edge of the bench. But that pops in there and lifts the foot lifter. Knee actuated foot lifter. Pretty handy. Fairly common on Bernina machines. Very nice feature. We've got the instruction book with it. Nice instruction book. Oh, I wish they did diagrams like these days. Don't get me started on these days. Sorry, that sounds pretty down, doesn't it? But here's an example. Where would you ever read this these days? A sewing machine is bought only once in a lifetime, and therefore a robust, proven Bernina quality machine is the only right one for you. Bernina sewing machines are masterpieces of Swiss precision craftsmanship. I agree. In this era, and even right up, as long as they were making the machines in Switzerland, I totally agree with that. The other machines, the modern ones, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. Just they're not made in Switzerland any longer, are they? Bernina sewing machines are unsurpassed in quality and versatility. Bernina can draw on 60 years experience in the building of sewing machines. Bernina special features are protected by a number of patents. Bernina is the sewing machine with all the advantages. Bernina offers a guarantee and first-class service through leading specialist firms. Yeah, so that's a little bugbear of mine, to be honest. I am a supporter of right to repair, and as far as right to repair goes, so that right to repair, for those who aren't familiar, is the right for the end user to either repair the machine themselves and not void any warranties, or to have the ability to take the machine to a third party, not Bernina, to a third party repair person and have the machine repaired. The problem is that Bernina will not support third party repairers, not in New Zealand anyway. The only way to officially have all the access to the parts, the technical information, the support, is to be a Bernina dealer. And in New Zealand, if you're a Bernina dealer, all you can sell is Bernina. You can service other makes and models, but all you can sell is Bernina. And if you're a third-party repair person, you officially cannot buy parts from Bernina. An example is, I needed, for a Bernina overlocker, I needed the throat plate screws, right? There's 2 screws that hold this plate on here. It was on a Bernina overlocker. I called the local Bernina dealer, and they said to me they wouldn't supply me the 2 screws because they need to uphold the integrity of the Bernina brand, and they don't want just any Joe Blow working on Bernina machines, therefore tarnishing the Bernina brand if said Joe Blow got it wrong. I explained to her that I've been in the industry since 1986 and am a qualified industrial sewing machine mechanic, and she didn't change her tune at all. She just said they are the rules. And I do understand it from her point of view, because they are Bernina dealers and they have to toe the Bernina line. And I'm talking about New Zealand here. That could be quite different in other countries. But here, they're very, very tied down. And of course, so I couldn't I couldn't get 2 screws, and literally these 2 screws is just get a flat screwdriver, unscrew them, you know, replace them. Was it throat plate screws? Actually, it might have been, actually I'm not sure it was screws. It might have been the actual throat plate itself. Yeah, that was what it was. I was just wondering why I would have needed throat plate screws. But it was the actual throat plate, and as I say, they wouldn't supply it. Yeah, because, you know, they implied that potentially I or someone like me might ruin the machine and tarnish the Bernina brand. So yeah, they do employ anti-competitive practices. That's my only bugbear really is, you know, I love Bernina machines. I think they're fantastic. I love the older ones. These are just awesome. I mean, you can't get much better than this machine here. But unfortunately, there's a lot of this going on around the world these days. It's not just Bernina, it's companies like Apple, John Deere. It's happening all over the place, where you have to take your machine to the agent, the dealer agent, for, you know, for repair, service, whatever. It's the opposite to what we should be doing. They should really be supporting the third parties as well. There's not that many of us around anymore. I mean, our area is no longer serviced by a Bernina technician. They closed shop, they went away. So customers potentially in this area here, they have to travel at least an hour and a half to get to a Bernina shop. So as far as service goes, they're not very well supported here. You know, I have a supply of third-party parts and whatnot, so that's no problem. There are ways and means. Yeah, look at this brochure, just lovely. Bernina is provided with the proven articulated take-up lever, thus eliminating wear and tear and ensuring long life and smooth running. So they're referring to the fact that this is an articulated take-up lever, fairly common for this time, I would have thought. I mean, yeah, they're kind of referring to those old Singers where the take-up mechanism was driven by a roller that was sitting inside a slot and would move back and forward, and it was a high wear point. These are articulated take-up levers. I've shown them close up in previous videos. But yeah, very common. I mean, all modern sewing machines use articulated take-up levers these days. There's a bunch of pattern stitches that you can achieve with the machine. Pretty fancy. Look at this. She looks pretty happy, doesn't she? Their brand new machine. Yeah, so this is the 117L Bernina zigzag sewing machine with automatic embroidery device and built-in light. The 117L-5 is machine with built-in light but without automatic embroidery device. Yeah, pretty sure this is a 117 outright. 117L, yeah. So this has the embroidery feature. Yeah, pretty cool. I just love the aesthetic, even just to the brochure. Very nice. What year would this be? It'd be 60s, would it? Late 50s? Do we have a date? 54. There's a date code there of 54, I'm assuming. Validity of guarantee. Machine 2 years, motor 1 year. Oh, not quite as good as the... oh, come on, Alice. Oh, Alice. Trying to climb my leg. Not quite as good as the Husqvarna. 20 years or 25 years? Yeah. I think, you know, geez, they could have given a better guarantee than that, couldn't they? But yeah. Yeah, so the manual's dated, looks like 1954. Would that be right? Not 100% sure about that, but yeah, very nice. Got some accessories here. What are you up to, Alice? Looks like potentially original Bernina accessories there, I would say. Potentially original oil bottle, look at that. Original Bernina oil bottle there. Little plastic one. That's probably quite fragile actually. What do you reckon, Alice? Do you like the oil as well? Remember your long lost auntie, she loved oil, old Molly. You have to be pretty careful with her. She used to love licking the oil bottles. So I had to stash them away in a safe place. Alice hasn't shown that interest at this stage, so that's pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Alice, what do you think? What do you reckon, Alice? Eh? What do you think? Is that it? I think that's it. Say goodbye to the patrons. Say goodbye. Yeah, what's this? What's this? Alice says goodbye. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Keep an eye out for these machines coming up in future videos. Thanks again for your support. You're going to curl down on my knee, are you? Eh? Is it curl down on knee time? It's probably warm up pause time.